This is Sparta!
Hello everybody and welcome back to World of Tanks. My name is Spartan Elite 43 and tonight we're in the King Cobra on Prokhorovka. And we're going to do something a little different. Instead of being like the aggressor going up the right side, I decided I would go left and cover the mountain. And it ends up being a pretty decent decision for me because my team absolutely cannot handle themselves. There's a few of us. That Artie right there knows what he's doing. The not the Jag, but the Waffentrager Alfie 100 knows what he's doing, I think. But pretty much everybody else was up in the air. So, yeah, not preferable. You can see we're already spotted due to the light tank pushing straight up. Nothing unusual there. I do take a little bit of evasive actions here once I come out of the right side, just in case that Object 261 on the other team decides to take a round at me. But now we're going to pretty much get away from the Artie the entire match, so no artillery has to, or we don't really have to worry about the Artie. If it hits you, it can be absolutely devastating, but we have already lost an M48 Patton. That's not preferable, if I'm honest, but it's going to get worse, because we're about to lose another Tier 10 medium tank in the Leopard 1. So we have lost an M48 Patton and a Leopard 1, and we are only a minute and 20 seconds in. That's a bit rough. I don't know what they did to get themselves into that much trouble that quickly. And now we've lost our T-49. We're not even 2 minutes in, people. How can you die so quickly? At some point, you have got to, like, not get yourself killed. Somebody's telling me to fall back. I didn't even notice while I was doing this. You know, I'm doing my job. Now, there's an M103 up here. And this M103 is going to be a thorn in my side initially. Then he's going to do something incredibly stupid that allows me to absolutely destroy his team. You'll see what I mean in a moment. Now, I get an M103, I also get an E100, and both of the guys that come up here with me are in a hurry to get themselves killed. Initially, the M103 does the right thing, holds back, doesn't push over, and starts looking towards the middle. Now, their M103 is doing the right thing as well, popping up, using his gun depression, and taking shots into the side of our tanks. So, he's doing a very good job of just being a thorn in our sides. Now, we're about to have the E100 catch up to us, and I was going to start pushing to the left side because we've got 3 tanks up here. We know that there's a M103 up here, and then I realized I'm cutting off the E100, so I get out of his way, and then I realize there's also lots of other people down here in the form of a T-5041 and potentially other things. I try to get the gun depression, of course T-57, not known for its gun depression, and I track him hoping that he would fall off the cliff and hurt himself or kill himself, and then I would get some damage. Unfortunately, it didn't happen. This M103, however, does screw the pooch. He pulls up, he's focused on that E100 so I can get a couple rounds into him before he gets away. But notice we have Panzerkampfwagen 7 and a couple other things down here by the tracks. So I'm about to be loaded, and I'm being spotted and being shot at by these guys, and I noticed that my team's gone. It's literally me and the M103 that's on the reds up here now, and so I've got to be careful, but at the same time I've got to do something to help the team, because as of right now I've got 2 pins and that's not enough. We bounce off the side of the turret of the Panzerkampfwagen, but you know, that's not going to happen very often. We'll get through this clip and then we'll swap over to heat, I believe. And we'll start chewing into these guys because at the moment we have a 4-tank disadvantage and we have got to try to make something happen. Now you notice most of the team that is fighting people that I can't see. So, however, we've got to make sure that we make up for the fact that we can't see half of them and deal damage consistently to the guys that we can see. Now notice the M103 on my left, I'm still looking for him, but he's leaving me alone, which means he's probably turned around and left because he doesn't want to fight. right? He doesn't. Oh, nope. Here he is. Darn it. Well, I'm about to be loaded, so we'll see if we can't... Oh, that's the T-54E1. That's not an M103. You have royally screwed up, sir. Now, we did take a round from the M103, but we turn around and we bounce off of his pike nose, and then we switch to heat. Now, here I've got to be very, very careful, because not the fact that it's an M103, that doesn't really worry me so much, but I've got multiple people turning at the tracks to try to shoot me. So I get off the hill, and then the whole tank sliding, not allowing you to move, starts to happen and just drives me bonkers. Now, this M103 is in a good spot. I try to hit his commander's hatch. He bounces off of me as well. But what he does next is unthinkable. We're in a bit of a stalemate, but because, like a King Cobra, I have coiled up and I'm ready to strike, he has just turned around and ran. Doesn't want to fight me while I'm ready to fight him back. So that gives me all the opportunity in the world to put a round on that guy. I've got 2 more rounds left, put 1 into him. Come on, can we make the second one count as well? And we do, in fact. So we are putting out consistent, accurate fire from a distance and just destroying these guys from the ridgeline. But my team has fallen apart. Now watch this this guy here. Now I didn't need heat for this, but you're in an autoloader, you can't afford to not shoot a guy. So I'm gonna take and try to put 4 rounds into him. Unfortunately, he does apparently move, and we only get 2 after he disappears because T-57 can't see past its own freaking shadow. It's unfortunate, but I guess it does kind of balance the tank a little bit, because if I was able to sit up here, spot my own targets, I would never leave, and I would just absolutely destroy these guys. It's disgusting. I only got 16 rounds left, so keep that in mind. So there's not enough rounds to kill everybody that's left. I'm gonna need some help. We've got a medium tank moving up to try to spot some folks, and I noticed a trend. And the trend is the enemy are moving away from my hill. So we see an arty round go by, so we know the arty's on the left somewhere, probably in the back corner, K1 or something like that. He's a mobile arty, he can move at any time. So it doesn't do me any good to try to chase him. However, now that the M103 has left me alone, I'm getting a little bit more confident to try to push up and see if we can't catch somebody further back, like the M103 after he came off the hill, something like that. We've got 12 pins, and my team is regrouping back here at the back, so we're trying to focus our fire. So the few people that are left are trying to actually fight. It's just, we're not going to do something stupid. We're very capable of pulling this game back. We're not that far down. However, a series of unfortunate events is about to unfold. I cannot sit up here because the enemy isn't giving me anything to shoot at. They've moved far enough outside my range. The GWE-100 takes out the JAG-E-100, and so I start to move. Now this M103 pushes out. He is in fact where I figured he was, underneath the bridge, but I couldn't spot him earlier, but now I am. So he must have been on the other side of the tracks, hiding from me, and now just decided to pull out. But I'm going to stop, and he's going to re-spot me, and then I'm going to feel that arty tingling sensation and get out of there, just as the arty probably would have decimated me. You know, sometimes you just get that feeling that arty could potentially wipe you out. Now, we have tied the game up. This is still anybody's ballgame. However, we're getting back to a position where the enemy are going to have an advantage and be able to do what we've been doing to them all along. They killed one of our tanks. That leaves 1 tank destroyer, 1 artillery, a medium tank, and 2 heavy tanks. I pull up to here because this gives me a place to shoot from and not get shot back. Now the Jag dips down, so I take a moment, I pull forward to try to get shots into this M103. We put 1 through it, we bounce the second one, and we put the 3rd one through him, and now we're down. We only took 1 round in return, so that was a good exchange. However, the M103 on my left is not making good exchanges. He's being picked apart by a T-57 Heavy because he's pushed out too far. He's being spotted, and being shot by people that he can't see. And down he goes. So I move over initially. I'm not going to make the same mistake he makes. I'm not going to push around the corner and be able to get shot. But that M46 Patton on our team, I think it's an M46 Patton, is just going to sit still after being spotted. Now watch what happens next. I mean, he's moving right now, but he's going to get into a position and he's just going to sit there. And he's going to get a nice 180 millimeter round go straight through his tank. Yeah. Down he goes. So that leaves just me and the Artie. Now, the Artie has played a very good game, so I don't want to criticize him too much, but he does take the wrong shot in a moment. He's going to shoot at the M103, which is hugging the train tracks on the side of a slope, and the Jag E100 is right there. Could have easily been killed by him. He's got backside or side shots on the Jag, and he's on level ground, which means he would be an easier shot to hit. Unfortunately, doesn't happen. Now, I get shot by the inevitable, which is 2 tank destroyers flanking me from the middle, and then they're going to move down on the artillery. And this is going to bring me to my next, I don't know what you call it. What do you call it when you're not happy with something? Anyway, these tank destroyers do the right thing. You got an E4 pushing towards the front of them, and then the Waffentrager Panzer IV pushes around the other side of the bridge and comes at him from that side. However, the Waffentrager Panzer IV loads high explosive. Now, this is a GW E100, which means it has the chassis of an E100 and the side skirts that prevent, you know, a lot of, spaced armor right there. And he hits the side skirt instead of aiming the shot with high explosive. Now, that tank was fully capable of killing him with an armor-piercing round every single time. Why load high explosive? Anyway, 5,600 damage, 1,590 blocked. We did the best we could. GWE, very well done. Me, very well done. Half the team does absolutely nothing, literally zeros. So if you like what I'm doing, punch the like button, leave a comment below, subscribe to the channel if you haven't already, and as always, I will see you in the next video.